Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Micro-Targeted Leads in Technology Toolbox webinar hosted by Stuckey & Company. My name is Tyler Bechtold, the Business Development Representative here at Stuckey, and we appreciate everyone joining us today and for your time this Wednesday afternoon. It does look like we have a great turnout today, which is outstanding, very exciting, and it does appear we have some attendees still logging on to the webinar, so before we get started, I just wanted to go through a few things. First, if you would like to ask a question, please find the GoToWebinar control panel on the right-hand side of your screen. Please ask any questions, and we will certainly do our best to get to your questions during and after the webinar. Next, I would like to thank Maggie Hammett, our lead technology underwriter here at Stuckey & Company, for joining us today. We appreciate your time today, Maggie, and making yourself available. So about Stuckey & Company. We are an MGA, and we provide our independent insurance agents and brokers with innovative insurance programs along with excellent service that they need to ensure long-term growth and success. As of today, Stuckey & Company has 9 specialty insurance programs that we offer to our agents. This year, we have completed 26 successful years in the business and started our 27th year here in 2018, while serving over 9,000 licensed independent insurance agencies in over 200,000 customers, while providing excellent service from our unmatched 151 promise. At Stuckey & Company, we do everything from creating niche specialty insurance programs for our agents and manage all areas of the insurance cycle for each account, including the underwriting, the rating, rule generation, program placement, quoting, the binding process. We also issue policies, policy services such as processing endorsements and change requests. We issue certificates of insurance, and we handle the renewal issuance, invoicing and billing, reporting. We do some systems integration, claims handling, marketing, and training, such as this webinar today. Here are 8 of our specialty insurance programs that we offer to our appointed agents. First, we have Safety Tech, our technology E&O insurance program, which we will discuss in further detail here shortly. We have Aspire A&E for architects and engineers. Arbor Guard, which is Stuckey's first program started 27 years ago, which handles marinas and boat dealers. We have our miscellaneous professional liability, which consists of over 350 eligible classes in MPL. We have Element for the green energy industry. Personal lines for home, personal auto, watercraft, high-value home, just to name a few. Then, of course, we have our commercial lines, which includes BOP, work comp, commercial auto, bonds, and more. Then lastly, we have our surplus lines markets for any risk that falls outside of our underwriting guidelines. Excuse me. All right, so today, again, we are very excited to discuss further detail of Safety Tech, the technology toolbox, and introduce our micro-targeted lead program. With that being said, just a brief note, we firmly believe we offer an extremely competitive product that is easy to sell with better coverage, broader coverage, low minimum premiums, and most importantly, we provide the underwriting knowledge and expertise for technology and experience of all aspects of professional risk. Stuckey & Company has been underwriting technology professionals for over 20 years, and as of today, Maggie has been overseeing the program for how many years, Maggie?
18.
18 years now, which is awesome. She has the experience in technology professional risk, but she realizes that firms, may offer more than simply technology-related services, and also has great underwriting of contracts obtained by technology professionals, and her program has the authority to write up to $25 million?
Recently increased to $50 million.
Oh, wow. That's right. So now up to revenues of $50 million and with limits of $5 million. So before we go into further detail about the Safety Tech program and the technology toolbox, I would like to share a little information about our new online platform called CoverCore. So here at Stuckey and Company, we of course are very focused on our agents, and our ultimate vision here is for companies, prospects to access an on-demand network of thousands of our experienced local and licensed insurance agents here at Stuckey and Company. And CoverCore does just that. We recently soft launched our new online communication platform, CoverCore, and is currently in beta testing, but is completely functional for your use. So this platform offers a 1-minute questionnaire that will help match these customers and businesses with an agent that offers a unique skill set needed for the placement of their insurance coverage. This platform can be accessed via web and also on smartphones and tablets. And in addition, CoverCore offers rates, quote, and binding functionalities. And as of today, we are offering this for the technology industry, such as safety tech, and also for our education and auto services industries here at Stuckey and Company. And before long, we look to add additional industries as well. So please visit www.covercore.com to register today. So next, I would like to introduce the micro-targeted lead program fueled by Safety Tech. So as we look here at Stuckey and Company, as we look beyond the launch of CoverCore, we plan long-term to continue to strategize and help find customers exclusively for our agents here at Stuckey. Our goal is to put your name, agency, specialization out there to be noticed. And in order to achieve our expectations, we have created some unique ways to bring these businesses to our agents. And one of these methods is through our new micro-targeted lead program. So at no cost to our agents, this lead program is a great opportunity to help support your sales pipeline. Stuckey and Company will provide anywhere between 25 to 50 hyper-local technology businesses or leads that within 5 miles or less from your office location or any other designated location. And if you would like more leads, less leads, we can most certainly do that as well. From what we've experienced so far, some of these businesses are even falling within 2 miles, which is really nice. We will provide full details of these businesses. They will be reviewed, approved by our team to qualify to fit our underwriting guidelines. And we will also provide co-branded marketing material to help our agents, like yourself, to win the sale. So how do you participate? First, we ask you to complete our partnership promise, or what we like to call our commitment card. This document provides items promised to be fulfilled by Stuckey, of course, along with the commitments to be fulfilled by your agency, such as becoming familiar with our product, follow up on the leads that we provide, enter this information in CoverCore, and of course, quote the business through Stuckey and Company in our Safety Tech program if you get the bind order. So in addition to this, we also will include a lead map showing the radius around your office location of the leads in your area that we will be providing, which is really nice. And next, Stuckey will provide co-marketing material to be mailed to these leads. This material includes a postcard as shown here, which introduces yourself, your contact information, inviting the business that we're sending this to quote the business, through Stuckey and Company, and also offer a free giveaway. We will also be sending, actually, I'm going to go back to that. We also can add your agency logo as well, which is really a really nice feature. And next, we will also be sending an initial letter, which provides them additional information about our Safety Tech product, and again, introducing you as their agent. And we will be sending them in an email as well to kind of top it all off, which is really nice. So this program also includes a 30-day marketing campaign for this marketing material. Here is an example here. So this campaign It's basically set up in 3 separate phases where the marketing material will be delivered and the promises to be fulfilled by your agency to, of course, reach out to follow up on the marketing material, reach out to the business, see if they have any questions, and so on. And lastly, these leads will be sent to you as the agent, sent to you, and you can access them through CoverCore. So here you will find your leads in your account under the customers, where we will provide additional details of the approved lead. And once you access that particular lead that you're working on, here you'll find the address, primary contact person of the business, telephone numbers, revenue information, employee size, property values if they're available, and so on. And then also we will provide direct access to their website and email. This is just one click away, which is really nice, so everything will be available at your fingertips. And then at the end of the week, you'll receive a CoverCore activity email. This includes all of your accounts quoted, new customers that have signed up with you through CoverCore, and also other inquiries as well. All right, so that briefly kind of sums it up. So now I'd like to switch it over to Maggie, and she would like to go into further detail of our Safety Tech program and the Technology Toolbox.
Thank you, Tyler. As Tyler mentioned, when we're talking about the leads that we're going to provide the agents with, these are specific to the technology industry. So to help impart in training you, I thought it would be a great idea just to pull up some of the information that the technology E&O, also known as Safety Tech E&O, would help provide to these clients and the customers that you're going to be speaking to. So first, I thought we should kind of define who is considered a technology company. A particular technology company is somebody who's going to sell a technology product or provide a technology service, whether it be networking, consulting, just even IT project management, providing technology services, somebody who deploys technology for others, and then someone who teaches technology. These are the types of companies that we will be providing you in the LEADS program. So to spin off that, technology is ever growing and expanding, and some of you may have been on previous webinars. Dwight has launched and I believe it was a 14 series of technology webinars just to kind of get everyone familiar with the technology industry and kind of what's going on. I've just listed a few up here that he's either talked about or some of the thoughts that we've had in our office or submissions we've seen, you know, dealing with the drones. You know, they have little computer chips that, fly those around and kind of give GPS directions. You've got automated vehicle development, virtual reality, smart homes where you can adjust thermostats, artificial intelligence, digital assistants. We've kind of seen all of these in our world and is actually active in some of our personal lives today. And then just the opportunity, we've created a short video clip, which we will give you a link to at the end of the webinar when we send out our recorded webinar to all the attendees. The opportunity in the technology industry is estimated to be 80 billion premiums annually. So that's a lot out there, a lot of opportunity out there that we're trying to filter into our agency pipeline and help feed a little bit to our agents and get their book of business with us growing. So I just wanted to put a few things together. When we started the LEAD campaign, probably earlier this year, these are some of the questions that my agents would come to me. So I wanted to share with you. These are questions that will cover and should give you a really good idea of what your technology clients are doing. So a lot of them you want to find out if they have a contractual requirement, very important. If they're doing more than just one technology service, we want to make sure we break that down and we get all the information on the services that they offer. Who are their clients? What industry are they serving? What is the end use of the software is also a key point when they're offering any type of software development or programming. And then When you kind of talk about E&O, you have to remember about cyber. You have first and third party exposure, which I'll kind of break that down in the next few slides. But when you talk about cyber, what type of network security procedures do they actually have in place on their own network? That would be first party. The number of records that they contain, personal identifiable information, that's very important. Also, make sure that their personnel are trained on security awareness. A lot of our carriers do require that to make sure that they're keeping their employees up to speed and obviously keeping some of the security hackers, network hackers at bay, making sure they're doing everything they can on that side. So I mentioned the cyber liability. Some of you may know we always have like a first-party exposure and a third-party exposure. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of information. A lot of people just say cyber, and that's such a broad, it's a term that covers multiple aspects, data breaches, notification expenses. So when you're talking about cyber, you want to differentiate between first-party data, which is the insured data, and that is data they are not hired to secure. And I gave a little example here. It could be their own employees' information because they're probably doing direct deposit for their employees or even the taxes for IRS. And then clients' billing information. Maybe they have a large clientele that they bill monthly, so they obtain or store the client's billing information on their network. So those are the types of exposures that a first-party data would have. Then you look at third-party data, which would be the client's data, and that is actually data the insured is hired to secure. So maybe they are hired to secure a company's network server or web hosting. So those are kind of the aspects that you can see and differentiate between the first and third party when people start talking about cyber. That'll help you when you're discussing coverage with your potential customers. And then I just wanted to throw this in here. We talk about safety tech insuring agreements and the safety tech E&O that we're always talking about. This includes a few insuring agreements, technology E&O. What is a technology company? We kind of talked about network services, internet service provider, cabling, website design, electronic content disseminating. That kind of goes along with electronic media activities, online advertising could be an electronic media activity that we would cover. And then the network operations security. This falls more in line with the first party coverage, the insured internet, the insured network, more coverage for the insured. And then we've extended it to include a data breach, which is the data breach expense, the first party notification, first party requirements to do notification, notifying should their network be breached. So we wanted to make sure, we're kind of picking up all aspects of what a technology company do, because so many technology companies these days are working over the internet, networks. I think there's probably not too many companies out there that don't have a network, whether it be technology related or not. So many people do online business. So we want to make sure that we're covering as much as we can for them. So the next slide, again, just kind of going into just a little bit more detail when we talk about multiple insuring agreement with data breach, these electronic media, advertising, I mentioned that. This can include intellectual property infringement and electronic content. The network operations security, again, is for the insured's computer system. It covers privacy regulations, unauthorized use and access, and then the data breach fund, which I'm sure you have heard and we've talked about many times before. The notification expense can be credit monitoring, hiring the investigators to figure out how the breach took place, which is forensics investigation. So we cover a lot in our safety tech E&O form, and that's why we feel so strong about the leads we're providing you and that we can give them the coverage that they need in the business that they're doing today. Next thing, beyond the insuring agreements that we offer, we even have broader coverage. Defense outside the limits is probably the top of my list. I deal and have heard and know the coverage of a few other carriers. This is not something that they usually offer going out the door. We put it on probably 95% of our policies, defense outside the limits, first dollar defense, innocent insured, the contractual liability, management consulting, telecommunication, and of course IT staffing and placement. And that can be for temporary or permanent placement. We cover both aspects of that. In this particular, the broader coverage that I've listed here is specified in our safety tech expansion endorsement. So when I talk about safety tech expansion endorsement, there's 7 of these coverages that are offered in that particular endorsement, and it's a great enhancement to a policy form. So that kind of wraps it up about the coverages that I can offer for these technology leads and customers that we're providing you to help give you some training and some ideas of what to talk with. So at this point, I'm going to flip it over to Tyler and just see if we have anybody out there that has some questions.
Yeah. Thank you, Maggie. Appreciate it. Let's see if we got any questions.
Sure. One of the questions here, I'll take this on, is what are the typical premiums and commissions? Great question. On the Safety Tech E&O, we start you off at 15% commission. However, we do have it tiered. So the more production you bring in, the higher the commission can. And I think we can go up to 21%, possibly a little bit more, depending on how much production you bring into our office. As far as typical premiums, $750 if you've got a smaller IT guy, let's just say $250 in revenue and lower. We can start out at $750 up to $1,000. I think California has a minimum premium of $1,000.
Excellent. Thank you, Maggie. Let's see what else we have here. It looks like one of the questions is, what states do you write in, or which states are eligible for the Safety Tech program?
Absolutely. All states except for Alaska and Hawaii.
Awesome. All right, next question. What if let's see if I'm reading this correctly. What if I want the leads in a different location, not just around my office? Great question. Yes, the lead program it's basically designed to provide leads located around your office or physical address. However, we most certainly can provide you with leads in different locations, especially if you have other non-resident license in other states. We can even seek businesses away from your office or in a different state, or even away from, rural suburban areas and closer to inner cities, just for example. But we most certainly can do that, and, to find businesses in any other, designated location, for sure. So great question. All right, let's see. The next one is, what requirements do you see in most contracts? Maggie, you want to answer that one?
Yeah, absolutely. I help agents kind of review contracts a lot. Specifically, we kind of go directly to the insurance requirements section of the contract. A lot of times they're requiring the GL, the box, that 1-2 limits, the cyber liability, professional liability, sometimes called errors and omissions. It's one and the same as far as on the professional liability side. 1 million limits is really what we see. Cyber liability, we are starting to see where they're asking for 5 million, even 10 million limits on the cyber, which we can entertain as well. We have a few markets that actually we can approach when we start getting up into the higher limits. So that's typically what I see, and when I talk to agents, again, when I talk to agents about contracts, and they mention that cyber, I kind of filter them back to, let's, figure this out. Is it a first-party exposure or a third-party exposure that they're looking at? So.
Excellent. Thank you. Okay, next question is, how do you register? I assume that's, well, I'll kind of answer in 2 ways, I guess. First, you can, if you're talking about becoming appointed agent with Stuckey, the easiest way is to visit www.stuckey.com, and right in the middle of the main page, you'll see register as an agent. You'll fill out some brief information, submit that over to our team, and then usually within a few minutes, you'll receive an email with our appointment package, which includes some brief information, such as a broker agreement, a questionnaire. So we'll need some license information, but it's very brief. But however, please keep in mind, we can always quote your business prior to becoming appointed. But also, to answer the question, if you're talking about registering for CoverCore, you can just visit www.covercore.com. And there you can register as an agent. You can also register as a customer. It is a communication platform, so your clients can most certainly register, and you can communicate with them. They can get access to their policy information once the coverage is bound and all that good stuff, which is really nice. So.
And can I interject?
Yeah,
with that
absolutely.
Too? Tyler, just to let you know too, in the webinar follow-up email that we're going to be sending out, I will include those links so that they have quick access. They don't have to memorize those long web links, but yeah, so I'll provide links for both the registrants and the CoverCore links. That way it's easier. And that should come out later today. I'll get the recording out to you guys this afternoon.
Excellent. Thank you, Maggie. All right, next question. Looks like we have about 4 or 5 minutes left, so we'll try to cram in some more. Next question is, how many leads do you send a month? Technically, the program is set up for a 30-day marketing campaign. And we're basically looking to provide you as many leads that you think that you have the time available, to reach out to these leads. Most of our agents we're seeing, they're receiving about 25 to 50. However, if you prefer more within those 30 days, we can most certainly do that. In regards to a month-to-month basis, we like to see how the first 30 days goes with our leads. However, we can most certainly do this, the campaign, every other month, bi-monthly, or whatever you prefer. We just want you to be successful, and make sure it's worth your time for sure, which I hope it will be. All right, so let's see. Try to cram a couple more in here. What type of services do you see the most? I assume that's with Safety Tech. What kind of services, I guess, Maggie, fall into your program?
I would say what comes to my mind right off is, of course, network, because of the breaches that are taking place. So definitely network services, online advertisement. Everybody has a website. So those are probably the top two that I see the most. But again, we've got a wide range. I will provide you a link as well at the follow-up email that will give you kind of our classifications and our appetite guides and let you know what we do, what other services we can cover.
Excellent. We'll go ahead and kind of go past a little bit, 2 o'clock, 1:30. Please feel free to stick around. We're going to try to answer as many questions as we can. Looks like we have quite a few. Let's see. In regards to the leads, it looks like you provide the leads in a postcard. Does the agent have to mail them? Actually, we have it set up where we provide the leads, we order the leads, we review them, make sure they're qualified, make sure it's set for your criteria, as in location, as in revenue size for the sales volumes of those businesses you would like to approach, employee size, and almost certainly go through that with you through the process. And we mail them ourselves, so you don't really have to do much, so to speak. However, we will just need you to, of course, follow up on these leads, reach out, to these businesses. To hopefully the postcards and marketing material will help. And also, too, Maggie and I have been doing this with some of the agents who are participating in the program. We're actually providing one-on-one tutorials, kind of viewing from our computer to kind of maneuver around CoverCore and how the leads work and all that good stuff. So if you would like to participate, feel free to reach out to Maggie and I. The sooner the better, and we can kind of get the ball rolling, and then also provide you with a tutorial as well. Let's see what else we have. Maggie, I'm not sure if you can answer this one or not.
Yeah, if you want to.
Let's see. Can you offer general liability? Does that fall under your program?
We are in the works. We do have a skinny bop that we are attaching to my policy. It's, again, like I said, it's in the works. I'm not sure when it will be finalized and launched. However, we do have other carriers, the Hartford. I'm not sure what some of our other carriers are. Yeah,
I know Michelle, our professional liability underwriter, she definitely should have more available markets. Commercial lines. Kyle should definitely have additional markets to go after in regards to the general liability. Thanks, Maggie.
Sure.
All right, let's see. what is the time frame in turning around quotes? Maggie, you want to
Oh, yeah,
answer that one?
For the tech E&O, the safety tech, I can typically get something back to you within a half an hour to an hour. Pretty quick on my side. So.
Excellent. Okay, let's see what else. As an agent, can we add existing customers to an agent's CoverCore account? Wow, great question. The leads that we provide will show those businesses as your customers in CoverCore. But if you have an existing customer that does business through Stuckey, you can most certainly add them. This can be, I actually don't have access to CoverCore at this present time. However, once you register, there is a plus button, a little icon at the very top right under your account settings where you can click on that and enter that customer, that client, and their information, all that good stuff. So, and you'll be able to find them through our system since it's synced with them. Does it cost to participate in the micro-targeted lead program? I know I briefly kind of talked about how there's no cost. We feel like, Stuckey, we would love the opportunity, for more agents to be a part of our Safety Tech technology program. For that reason, Stuckey is paying for these leads, and we just ask you to promise to quote and, bind the business through us if we get the order. Let's see. Maggie, is there one of the questions looks like, is there possible to receive specimen forms, sample policies? Is all that available for our agents?
It's all, yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's Stuckey.com. Again, the link will be provided in our follow-up email.
Excellent. Yeah, we definitely will equip, anyone participating in the program. If you're not familiar with technology, or you're very familiar, we definitely have the necessary tools and all the information you need to be successful. We have everything from coverage comparisons sheets, compared to other carriers. We have claim scenarios, frequent asked questions. Maggie created a underwriting playbook, which is a great tool to go to for coverage information, what's eligible, all the eligible classes. There's limits information in there, key questions to ask your clients, who are these, questions to ask these type of businesses, which is really nice. And also we have new business and renewal applications available, and it's all available at your fingertips. And this is available in CoverCore as well. So, well, we'll go ahead and kind of stop there. Thank you for attending, and appreciate your time today. We look forward to hearing from some of you, of course. And again, if you got any questions or anything, please feel free to reach out to Maggie and I. And let's see. And also, too, if you have any questions after the webinar, if we weren't able to get to, we'll definitely get to you by email after the webinar. So, and you'll receive a follow-up after this as well with the link to this webinar and some of the documents that Maggie spoke about. So, all right, everyone, have a great day. Thank you.